preached that people born with disabilities were being punished or being dictators.
What? So a kid with like Down syndrome, for example, that used to be Adolf Hitler back in the day? What are you talking about, bro? Terrifying cults still operating today.
And finally, after several minutes, this 40-year-old woman says she has turned into a 35,000-year-old man.
What? Yo, what is she on? She gotta have popped like a sensu bean, freaking LSD, MDMA, a combination. Crazy drugs, I tell you.
My friends, cults are not a thing of the past.
True.
They are part of the present. Some of the worst cults have evolved with the times. They still...
Yo, hold on. Quick question before we even dive into it, bro. If I start a cult, who's joining? I think every day we would have to consume 10 hot dogs to start the mornings, bro. That's like the first rule.
Recruit followers, silence doubters, and continue their creepy rituals. In this video, we'll explore terrifying cults still operating today. We'll begin with the strange ones and...
God damn, yo. Go bald. Go to Turkey. If this is the cult leader, yo, I'm not following. He's too chopped, bro. I need handsome men only, bro. Pause.
The Raelian movement.
Really?
The Raelian movement is a global cult. It has 130,000 members across 120 countries. And every member believes that aliens created all life on Earth. But that's only part of the story. Their main goal is to build an embassy to welcome those aliens back to Earth. It sounds strange, but they believe all this because of something that happened 50 years ago. The cult started with a man named Claude Raelian. He had a long list of failures. Claude tried to make it as a musician and failed. Then he tried to become a race car driver and failed again. But his life changed.
I'm a failure in everything else. Guess what? I'm just gonna start a cult, bro. If that's the case, yo, I might be able to start a cult because I failed everything in life.
1973. That day, Claude allegedly saw an alien in a park in France.
There he met, listen to me closely now, there he met some extraterrestrials in their spaceship.
According to him,
realistically, he probably saw the first black person he ever met, bro. Maybe he was on some drugs, seen a black dude, was like, yo, that gotta be an alien, bro. I've never seen one of these before.
A flying saucer landed in the field. A small alien stepped out. It looked human, but it had green skin and a
transgender Kim Kardashian? This is what aliens look like? Bro, some of y'all, I'm not gonna lie, watching this video, this might be your No November loss, man.
It looked human, but it had green skin and a goatee beard. But the real shock wasn't how the alien looked. It was what it said. The alien told Claude that it was one of the Elohim. They were a race of advanced beings who lived on a perfect planet where the most intelligent are in charge. They mastered genetic modification. They lived 10 times longer than humans. An alien claimed they created humans.
And in these laboratories, thanks to DNA and genetic combination, they created all life on Earth. It means trees, animals,
sure, man.
And men.
Since that creation, the Elohim have been watching humanity from afar. One day, they would return to Earth. But first, humans needed to build them an embassy.
Okay.
Here's what the alien embassy
is it Area 51? Hold on, wait. I might be cooking. Wait. He might be onto something, bro. That might be their returning point. Like the Fortnite where the cube landed.
The alien made Claude Elohim's prophet on Earth. He was ordered to spread their message and build their embassy.
Not facts, bro. A random dude from France, you know, who's a failed NASCAR driver, just like a prophet of aliens, man. Yeah, very believable, bro. 130,000 people ended up following this?
And even gave him a new name, Rael. When Claude returned home, he started telling everyone about the aliens. Interestingly, they listened. He also held conferences about his experience. His first conference attracted 2,000 people.
Damn.
Most of these people were obsessed with UFOs and wanted to know more about the Elohim. And a few of these people actually believed every word.
This was 1973, right? Okay, it makes sense for people to believe it back then because like misinformation probably went crazy. I mean, propaganda, all they had to do was put up a poster that said like black people are from freaking a black hole in Mars or something and people would have believed it, right? But how is this cult still around today? Who genuinely believes this dude Rael is a prophet of ancient aliens who look like Johnny Depp?
76, Claude, now called Rael, founded the Raelian movement. He traveled the world recruiting members. By 1995, the movement had about 40,000 members across 85 countries.
Damn, though.
Every member was required to donate 10% of their income.
He's making money. He's making money. Okay, that's the method. Yo, low key. Wait, hold on. What if we start a cult and then we demand bread from people, bro? He's the original pyramid schemer.
Financed the construction of an embassy for the Elohim. But Raelism wasn't just about aliens. It promoted ideas that seemed progressive. The cult supported equality for all. They also believed in using science to improve life on Earth. But the most controversial belief was about human cloning. The Raelians were determined to do it.
I was first on the Earth to say human cloning is coming very soon.
In 1997, the cult formed a company called Clonaid. Its goal was simple: create the first human clone.
Now we have 3 scientists working almost full-time in a lab here in the United States.
Couple things about clones I want to say. Okay, number one, if y'all think clones existed, would they have separate personalities or would it be the same person? Like, let's just say you had a clone. Would you be able to experience life through them and understand their experiences? Or would it just be two separate people they just look exactly the same with different personalities? But assuming that you could feel everything that they felt, low key, bro. This might sound crazy. Hold on, hear me out. What if you're grinding, right? And the other one is like constantly just like, you know, just freaking stroking it, man. Bro, low-key, you're feeling great at all times and you're making bread. Double whammy. Brief intermission. If you're enjoying today's video so far, please make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button. We're on the road to 80,000 subscribers. Thank you very much.
Their scientists worked long and hard. Then in 2002, Clonaid made a huge announcement. They claimed they successfully cloned a human. Clonaid shared almost no details about their supposed clone. The main thing they said was that a 31-year-old woman donated her DNA for the cloning process. And the baby, the first human clone, was named Eve. Obviously, the news made headlines, but the reaction wasn't all positive. Many hated the idea of human clones.
There's so many disastrous things that can
like what?
Out.
I would assume low-key you cloned the wrong guy, bro. Like, let's just say somebody cloned like the mustache man back in the day, bro. We would have been cooked to this day, man.
Somebody doing this with a bad motive.
People demanded proof, but Clonaid was very secretive. They refused to say where the clone baby was born, identify her parents, or even—
That's because it doesn't exist, bro. Breaking news.
Provide
right?
a picture. Still,
Unless
the Raelians celebrated. To them, their scientists did exactly what the Elohim did: create human life in a laboratory. Over the next few years, Clonaid claimed to have created dozens more human clones. But again, they provided no evidence. Despite the controversy, the Raelian movement kept expanding. Today, it has a surprising 130,000 followers worldwide. They're still working on building that alien embassy. Claude, aka Rael, is still their leader.
Damn! Unk's still pushing 80 years old and he's still scamming people to this day. Yo, respect, bro. All-time hustler, bro. You gotta give it up to him.
He claims he has visited the Elohim's planet in outer space. And there, Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, and other prophets continue to live through human clones.
What, bro?
Members of this next cult were literally hypnotized by their leader.
Okay.
Buddhafield.
Buddha?
People
Like,
thought they were signing up for acting classes. Instead, they accidentally joined a cult. And the cult leader was their charismatic acting coach, Michel Rostand.
Really?
Michel always wanted to be famous. He was obsessed. He tried to make it as an actor in Hollywood.
he got the look for it, bro. This is a mogger, bro.
But his career never took off. To pay the bills, he started teaching acting in Florida. But during those classes, things took a strange turn. Michel began slipping in ideas about philosophy and meditation. He spoke about a mysterious guru who led him to a great spiritual awakening. The students were fascinated.
I think he soon realized that he was having more success kind of channeling that spiritual side of him than the acting side of him.
But there was no evidence that Michel ever had a guru. Some thought he was just making up stories. But
it's called LSD, bro. He went off like, what is it called? Ayahuasca, something like this in Brazil, bro. Sniffing on some magic mushrooms, and all of a sudden, bro, he experienced the opening of his 8 inner gates, or his inner chakras in Avatar, bro. He met a dude who gave him banana and onion juice. If you know, you know.
Were young and impressionable, so they ate it all up. By the mid-1980s, Michel rebranded. He was now a spiritual guru with superpowers.
He was Michel, a self-proclaimed enlightened being who claimed to transmit divine energy.
His acting students became his disciples. Together, they formed a new movement. They called their group Buddhafield. Not long after starting the cult, Michel moved back to West
Buddhafield, like Buddha, like being Buddhist, like a religion?
Hollywood. His followers went with him. They rented homes near each other and lived like one big family.
We were together 24/7. We lived together. We ate together, played together. Everybody that I knew was in the Buddhafield.
Everyone
People in cults, they're just creepy, man.
Contributed money to support the group. Everyone except for Michel and his inner circle. They didn't work. They didn't have jobs. It was the lower levels that funded Michel and his inner circle.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you right now, the method right now, bro. Start a cult. We can say Roblox created life on Earth and aliens came to take over, but you gotta donate me a small loan of $10 each to join this cult. And then we live for free, bro. Guess what? We don't need to have jobs. We'll be forever unemployed.
Michel didn't lift a finger. His followers bathed him, massaged him, and cooked his meals. Sometimes they even tucked him into bed at night. To outsiders, it looked like exploitation, but Michel convinced his followers that serving him was necessary for their spiritual growth.
Yeah, facts, nah, man, for real. In order to, you know, go to the spiritual ascension, you gotta touch me up, man. You gotta touch me and make me food and all types of stuff, man. Facts. Yeah, this dude's just a hornball, let's be real.
And they believed him because he was hypnotizing them. Every weekend, Michel held private cleansing sessions with each follower. Each cost $50. Followers said they felt lighter afterward. Some even claimed they were healed. They thought it was because Michel had divine powers. But the truth was far more scientific. Michel was actually a licensed hypnotherapist, but he hid that fact from everyone. He wasn't performing miracles during these sessions.
Why is he stealing his bending ability like freaking Avatar Aang?
He was hypnotizing his followers, but he used hypnosis for another darker purpose.
What?
He made them drop all defenses and confess their most private thoughts.
I divulged every secret, every thought, every fear.
Wait, hypnosis is real? Like, and maybe that's a stupid question, but I always thought that like people who do this thing, focus here, swing, swing, swing. Now take your clothes off. Like, I thought that always was a fake thing, you know? But I guess it's real hypnosis.
Michel used those secrets to control them. He dictated who they could love, who they could trust, and who they had to cut off. Romantic relationships were forbidden. Friendships outside the cult were banned. Leaving Buddhafield was considered a betrayal.
Okay.
Soon, their world became small. The only place that felt safe was inside the cult. In 1993, the FBI raided a compound of a different cult in Waco, Texas. During the clash with law enforcement, dozens lost their lives. Cult members who resisted were arrested.
Damn.
Michel was terrified when he heard the news. He believed the government would target Buddhafield next. His paranoia took over. He ordered his followers to hide their lives from their families. He planted spies to monitor anyone who tried
What
to
the
leave.
hell,
He
bro?
even broke into former members' homes.
Wait, am I tripping or is this not illegal though? Because like he has a cult and all that, but they're all grown adults. They all consent, right? So like, how can they stop this? Unless this is somehow illegal.
Destroy evidence. Then, at the height of his fear, his secret came out. For nearly 20 years, Michel's followers believed he was divine. That illusion shattered in 2006. A former follower found out about Michel's hypnotherapy license. Then they sent an email to Buddhafield members. The message exposed everything.
You're finished.
Supernatural experiences were actually hypnosis. Michel's powers were a lie. The email split the cult in half.
Damn.
Some refused to accept it. Others finally saw the manipulation. Many left. A few remained loyal. After the scandal, Michel wanted a fresh start, so he moved to Hawaii with his most loyal followers.
Yo, just look at this man, bro. He looks like there's some deep, dark backstory behind him, bro. He looks like the type of guy to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein, dude.
Ramtha, School of Enlightenment. This cult became famous for one bizarre reason. Its founder claimed she was channeling the spirit of a 35,000-year-old warrior. That ancient warrior was called Ramtha, and the woman channeling him was Judy Zebra.
Really, dude? A 35,000-year-old warrior, bro. Who believed this, bro? Oh my gosh. Sometimes I be thinking I'm gullible, man. Until I see stuff like this.
Knight said the spirit first contacted her in 1977. She was at home in Washington when a glowing figure appeared.
I thought I was seeing things because I had tears in my eyes, and I wiped the tears away, and here stood this entity.
You're delusional.
At 2:30 in the afternoon in my kitchen.
That glowing figure introduced himself as Ramtha, the Enlightened.
Low key, bro, how many of these people, of these cult leaders, have like schizophrenia, bro? These people were seeing people, hearing voices, all types of stuff.
He said he possessed ancient wisdom and the secret to happiness.
Sure,
Ramtha
man.
supposedly taught Knight how to leave her body and channel it. That meant Ramtha could take over her body and speak through her. Knight would enter a trance, then her voice would become deep and masculine.
And finally, after several minutes, this 40-year-old woman says she has turned into a 35,000-year-old man.
Knight began channeling Ramtha publicly in 1970.
Yo.
Through her, Ramtha preached every human.
I want to hear her do the deep voice, bro. She's like this. With my next act, you guys, I'm going to be turning into Ramtha. Hello, I am Ramtha. How does she not laugh? I would have bursted out dying.
Was their own god. Ramtha also said people could shape reality and heal themselves with their minds.
Is it possible to have mind over matter? Baby, the brain is king. The body is the kingdom.
Lady, if you don't go play Dungeons and Dragons and just roleplay, man, like what do you do?
It's a message people wanted to believe. By 1988, Knight had thousands of devoted followers. That year, she opened the Ramtha School of Enlightenment. The school offered classes and retreats. A single class cost around $400.
Damn.
Retreats could cost as much as $1,500.
Yo, there's one imposter among us, bro. Why are you here, bro? You're black. You're not supposed to be believing in this.
Many followers moved near the campus to be close to their teacher. The school became a multi-million-dollar business. But as the school grew, Ramtha's teachings became troubling. Through Knight, Ramtha started making frightening prophecies.
He has a ton of predictions and beliefs about the New World Order, viruses, vaccines, plagues, and natural disasters.
Okay.
One time, she predicted a massive flood was coming. She told followers to move inland.
One should leave that which is called the beaches and seek higher ground.
Over 1,500 people obeyed. They abandoned their homes and relocated inland. That shows how much control she had over her followers.
Now she has motion, bro. If y'all don't support me like that, bro.
There were more bizarre teachings. She spoke about lizard people living inside mountains. She warned that anyone who left the cult might be eaten by the lizard people.
Sure, man.
Outsiders believed she was manipulating gullible followers. They accused her of being a spiritual predator. There were also allegations that Knight's
spiritual predator
teachings made some of her members lose their lives. For instance, several followers had serious medical conditions. Instead of sending them to hospitals, Knight claimed Ramtha could heal them. She hugged them, spoke comforting words, and declared them cured.
What if I tell this lady I have stage 3 testicular terminal cancer, she comes up to me and be like, yo, Ramtha heals them. And then you go like this, just grab your nuts and go, and think like that's good enough, bro? I'm gonna die. No, she's a murderer.
Never healed. They passed away.
This lady went home from there, died of pneumonia.
Oh, rest in
Knight
peace.
Is in her 70s. She still channels Ramtha at her Washington compound. The Ramtha School of Enlightenment now has branches in more than 35 countries.
Bro, the only way I would pull up to this stuff is if it was like a comedy club, bro. Like, were these people actually believing in this though?
This next cult also promised healing, but just gave lies. Universal medicine.
Really?
The Universal Medicine cult began in the most unlikely place.
Wait, Universal Medicine cult? Why does that sound so friendly and nice?
A bathroom. In September 1999, Serge Benhayan was relieving himself. Suddenly, he had a spiritual revelation.
I just gave myself a time to sit and feel that.
Bro, I had a generational piss. Y'all ever have one of those streams that just feel so amazing, bro? In the morning, you're just like... He had one of those, like, yeah, bro. There had to be some type of, like, angelic spirit in my body. I feel him, though.
Moment, and I could feel something really, really beautiful.
Serge never fully explained what that revelation actually was, but it inspired him to start Universal Medicine in Australia. The group was marketed as a healing center, but critics called it something else, a socially dangerous and socially harmful cult. And once you hear Serge's teachings, you'll understand why. He preached that people born with disabilities were being punished or being dictators in the past life.
Oh, hell nah. Yo, no, you're canceled. People with disabilities are reincarnated dictators, so they damn near deserved it. So a kid with like Down syndrome, for example, that used to be Adolf Hitler back in the day. What are you talking about, bro?
They are former incarnates of corrupted politicians, corrupt generals, army people, dictators.
Serge also warned that certain foods carried dark energy that poisoned the body. Foods like cinnamon, potatoes, and carrots. Eating them allowed evil forces to enter the body and cause disease.
Nigga, I like carrots, bro. I like potatoes, bro. You're not gonna stop me from eating my french fries because they carry some dark energy? Are you dead ass? I thought he was gonna say something about like added sugars or some type of like high sodium, high fat foods or something. I would have been like, okay, he low-key cooking up. Hold on. My guy said carrots carry demon energy, cursed energy. This is not Jujutsu Kaisen.
There was one way to get rid of that energy: burping. In other words, people would literally burp their way to healing.
Okay.
She started burping all over the place. After a while, he said, "What on earth are you doing?" And she said, "I'm getting rid of evil spirits."
Universal Medicine also sold teas, herbal elixirs, and creams that supposedly helped with this cleansing.
Okay.
To people desperate for healing, Serge was a savior. Thousands joined his movement. They attended retreats, bought his products, and built their lives around his teachings. Many swore they felt better.
I wouldn't keep paying if I didn't feel that I was getting something out of it. He just had a really refreshing take on things, and he just seemed really down to earth.
Before long, Universal Medicine became a multi-million-dollar empire.
Okay.
Serge had other commands for his followers, and those were far more controversial.
My guy said y'all have to dance. Ain't nothing wrong with hosting a function.
Than burping rituals. Serge allegedly encouraged followers to cut ties with their families.
Oh.
Their new family was the Universal Medicine community. When someone challenged the cult, they were told they would have a baby with Down syndrome as karma for judging others.
Bro, you should have dipped. Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
The cult also targeted people on their deathbeds. According to reports, terminally ill followers were told not to leave their money to their kids. If they did, their kidney energy would be damaged in the next life. Instead, they had to leave their inheritance to the cult. And many obeyed. One woman left Serge $1.4 million when she passed. Her family sued Universal Medicine, fighting to get the money back. For years, these stories stayed below the radar. Universal Medicine operated quietly in the shadows until one woman decided to expose them. Esther Rocket was was a journalist. She heard about universal medicine. And in 2005, she decided to experience it for herself. Esther attended one of their group healing sessions. What she saw horrified her.
He had about 60 people in this room on treatment tables, and he closed all the curtains so that it was completely dark.
During the session, people screamed and cried as if they were possessed. Esther was convinced something was deeply wrong with
Oh, hell no.
I thought again about going to the police, but what do you tell them? This guy's doing exorcisms on people.
So Esther spent the next few years investigating universal medicine. She posted everything she discovered on her blog, and every story was darker than the last. There were cases of emotional abuse, inheritance manipulation, and disturbing healing practices.
Again, how do you even get the authorities to prosecute them, bro? Because this is all consenting, right?
Esther published it all, but universal medicine didn't appreciate the bad publicity. So in 2015, they sued Esther for defamation. It totally backfired. During the trial, the court reviewed Esther's evidence. They heard testimonies from former members of the cult. The court sided with Esther. They declared universal medicine a socially harmful cult. The jury also said that Serge used manipulation to make money and vilified people with disabilities. Universal medicine was ordered to pay Esther Rocket $1.2 million in damages. Despite the verdict, Serge wasn't criminally charged. Today, universal medicine still operates in Australia. They still hold retreats, sell healing products.
So we gotta pull up to universal medicine, bro. Low-key, I gotta make a video. I went to the most dangerous cults in the world. Who would watch that, bro? Be real. That would low-key be entertaining content. Hold on, though. I'm gonna start screaming on this bed while I guess getting touched with dark curtains. Actually, I don't really want to do that, actually.
Products and teach people to burp away evil spirits. Up next is a cult so extreme, some members ended up behind bars. The Remnant Fellowship. This cult started out as a weight loss program. In 1986, Gwen Shamblin launched the Weight Down Workshop. It was a 12-week fitness program sold on videotape. But it wasn't your regular diet plan. Gwen added a twist. She mixed fitness and dieting with religion. According to Gwen, weight issues weren't just about food. They were about faith. In her eyes, being overweight meant you didn't trust God enough.
Gwen? Really? So if I was fat as hell, like if I was like Nico Cotto, avocado, EDP levels of fat, all I would have to do is just pray and then my fatness goes away? I don't know if that's how it works, man.
Started touting the message that God told her people weren't consistently losing weight because they weren't being faithful to him.
The Weight Down Workshop was hardcore. Followers were told to eat only 10 bites of food a day.
Starve!
If they didn't lose 2 pounds daily, Gwen told them to stop eating altogether.
Yo, you're just fat phobic, lady, man. Come on, that's crazy.
Followers claimed it worked.
God has removed 156 pounds from my body.
I've lost a total of 96 pounds.
The results made people...
You're literally not eating, dude. Your stomach, that's kind of how losing weight works. Like, where's the praying God influence in this? I don't get it.
Believe. The movement became popular.
By 1997, Way Down workshops spread to over 30,000 weekly meetings in 70 countries.
Gwen became a celebrity. She appeared on talk shows and was praised as a Christian weight loss guru. No one realized her diet plan was about to evolve into a cult. In 1999, Gwen bought a massive piece of land in Brentwood, Tennessee. There, she founded the Remnant Fellowship. What happened next seemed very calculated. Since she had all that land, Gwen invited her Weight Down followers to join her on the property. They were forming a new community. She also had multiple businesses under the Remnant name. There was a real estate agency, a construction firm, a school, and more. These companies needed employees, so Gwen offered her followers jobs. Now they could live, work, and worship
together.
All under Gwen's control. Dozens of families moved in. Over time, more than 2,000 members lived on or near the Remnant property.
Hear me out. A cult like sounds like it could be low-key fun, bro. You telling me that you moving in with your family and a bunch of other families who all linking up or whatever, you don't think that would be low-key fun, bro? It almost sounds like a cruise.
Felt like a beautiful community, but soon things began to change, and not in a good way. Gwen's focus shifted from weight loss to total control. She dictated nearly every aspect of her followers' lives, and it was easy because they lived and worked on her property. Soon, leaving the cult meant losing everything.
If a member were to leave, not only would they lose their community, but most likely their livelihood as well.
Even more disturbing were Gwen's teachings about parenting. She encouraged strict discipline with harsh punishments. But that advice resulted in tragedy. In October 2003, a couple from Atlanta, Georgia took discipline a little far. Their son didn't survive. The tragedy made national headlines. The parents were sentenced to 30 years in prison.
What did they do?
Were loyal members of the Remnant Fellowship. After their arrest, Gwen even helped pay for their lawyers. Many called for Gwen to be charged too. They said her toxic parenting advice caused the tragedy. To make matters worse, the Remnant Fellowship—
Wait, they spanked the kid to death? I don't get it.
Was identified as a cult by some cult experts.
Okay.
Police said they couldn't find a link between the incident and the church's teachings about punishment. Without direct evidence, Gwen walked free. She continued to lead the fellowship. Over the years, she built enormous wealth and power. But in May 2021, tragedy struck again, this time at the top.
After the private plane crashed into a lake near Nashville on Saturday, all 7 people on board presumed dead.
Gwen lost her life in a plane crash.
Oh,
she was
no.
with her husband and 5 others. Many expected the fellowship to collapse without her, but it didn't. Today, the Remnant Fellowship still operates
Under who?
on the same Brentwood property. Gwen's children now lead it, continuing her legacy.
Damn. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video. In conclusion, that was some terrifying cults. More of a story, don't join a cult. Some of these things are not believable at all. I don't understand how anybody believed them. If somebody thinks that they met aliens or whatever, and they're gonna start leading people and they start asking you for donations, that's how you know, bro, it's probably a cult. The funniest one by far is the 35,000-year-old man one. I cannot get that one out of my head. That's genuinely hilarious. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord in the description. Make sure you let me know what you want to check out next. Sub to the channel in the description. Follow the IG also in the description. Have a great rest of your day. It's Buddhafield. I love you, and I'm out.